Thank you and welcome to this week's edition of the Vendasta webinar. My name is Amy and today's topic is Target Everyone. This is an amazing product that's available in our marketplace. And with me today, I have Bob Schimento from the Target Everyone team. Bob, thanks for joining us.
Great, thanks Amy, appreciate it.
One housekeeping item. Oh, sorry, Bob. One housekeeping item I forgot to mention is if you have any questions throughout the entire webinar, please feel free to type them in the chat box or the Q&A section, and Bob and I will be sure to get to as many as we can towards the end of the session. All yours, Bob.
Great, Amy. Thank you very much. And again, thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope everyone's staying warm. I don't know where everyone's located, but we have quite a cold front here in the Midwest and northeastern part of the United States, as well as Canada, and we're trying to stay as warm as we can. So thanks again for joining us. Today, I have four primary objectives with today's webinar. The first is, if you're not already convinced about mobile marketing, kind of just review some of the reasons and the effectiveness of mobile marketing today and where it's going. Number two, where partners can leverage mobile messaging in order to drive both revenue and profitability. Third is I'll provide a short demo. And fourth is there's nothing like experiencing the campaign itself. I'm going to ask everyone to actually access that demo. So have those mobile phones ready at the end of the presentation so you can actually scan a campaign to your phone and see how effective and how simple the platform really is. Okay, so first just a few seconds on Target Everyone. Target Everyone is what we call a progressive software company, in that we develop insight-driven software solutions for one-to-one marketing communication to consumers and buyers. We have 40+ employees and co-workers in 8 different countries. We have a global focus, even though today's discussion primarily is for the US and Canada, with a user base from 92 different countries across all industries. And we're a public company listed in the NASDAQ First North, as well as parallel listed at the Mercer market. Our primary objective as a company is to help our clients create profitable, professional customer relationships many times on a one-to-one basis, again, based on analytics and consumer insight and personalized communication. Okay, so now let's get to mobile marketing. Well, why mobile marketing? Well, the first primary reason, I'm going to throw up a couple stats here to discuss, that 75% of consumers, when polled, said they would like to receive a message or an offer, via SMS. QR codes and QR campaigns are expected to reach $5.3 billion worldwide by 2022. The SMS response rate is 45%, and email open rates are 20%. Now, we can talk about these stats and how accurate they are and where they come from, but what I'd like to focus on is, and I think that everyone can really can rally around this, is number one, we know that mobile devices are ubiquitous. We know that people will access their phone within 15 minutes of waking up. We know that there's great activation. In fact, there's a 19% response click-through rate on SMS when delivering smart opt-in based messages. Smart being making sure the frequency isn't too high, that you have rich content, that it's personalized content, and your offer and your and you're providing special offers. Retention. You will maintain these opt-in lists if, as I just mentioned, you make sure you include personalization, you make sure that opt-in lists are consent-based and you're not just spamming, that the messages contain all sorts of rich content, images, videos, special offers, and maps, etc. Another reason is insight. Utilizing the TargetEveryone platform, not only do we deliver messages, but we also provide deep analytics all the way down, not just the click-through open rate, but all the way down to the widget, which I'll demonstrate a little later. Another reason is reach, because today's discussion isn't just about one particular distribution channel. It's about SMS, it's about email, mobile messaging, it's about QR, utilizing QR codes, as well as integrating your campaigns with point of service, point of sale, and social posts. And then finally, profitability and the areas where, again, you as partners can leverage mobile messaging to drive revenue and profits. Now, the four primary areas or components of mobile messaging are: one, segmentation. Segmentation in that where you build your opt-in lists, where you can import existing contacts, and then information gained from our platform, you can export that information on contacts to your base CRM platform if you have one. And then utilize this information to create very specific, targeted, segmented audiences. Once you have your segments, you then create your mobile messaging campaigns across multiple channels: SMS landing pages, email templates, all utilizing our drag and drop technology that allows you to import rich content such as logos, images, sign-up forms, surveys, all via drag and drop, not needing any type of coding or IT involvement. Now that you have your segments and you've created your messages, it's time to distribute. So you can distribute via SMS, email, QR, social media, and social media posts. And once distributed, you take a look at the response: deep campaign statistics, link tracking, detailed statistics per distribution type, and as I mentioned, contact statistics all the way down to the widgets. If you've included a video, did someone click through to the video, or how many clicked through to a video, and how long did they spend on viewing that video? How many times did they view that video? All of this type of deep analytics, which provides insight one-to-one marketing, is available via the TargetEveryone messaging platform. Now, earlier a few seconds ago, I mentioned that there's an opportunity for you as a partner to leverage not just the subscription resale opportunity in the marketplace, but more importantly, or just as importantly, a managed service opportunity. And why and where? Well, on the why front, here is an opportunity to help local businesses really begin to market like big brands on a local business budget. Via our subscription, multi-channel distribution, and drag and drop technology, you can create campaigns in minutes and offer an extremely competitive managed service rate for various aspects of the managed service components. You're able as an agency to differentiate yourselves, because you're not just providing campaign now, but you're providing knowledge. You're managing the campaign audiences, you're managing the distribution, and you're providing real results that shows your client, your customer, the local business, the effectiveness of the campaigns that you've created and distributed. All this leads to one-time and recurring revenue streams, so it's not just a one-and-done relationship. And because, as I mentioned, the productivity of our platform, to increase your profit margins. You can create and distribute campaigns in minutes, not hours. And then also, I think sometimes things that are overlooked is you obtain a first look advantage on future projects. Because the campaigns are going so well, what is the next one down the road? So you maintain your position with your client and you get the first look at future projects coming down the road. Now, managed services. What are the primary components of managed services? Well, first there's campaign creation. Here's a screenshot of our SMS editor, and I'm going to demonstrate this in a few minutes. However, to the left, you'll see our widget library, which allows you to just click on a widget, drag it to the center area, which is your work area. It'll populate that particular area, and then to the right, you can customize that widget. So the first area of managed services is creating your campaigns, and I will demonstrate that in a few seconds. The next area is managing those contacts and those segments. With our platform, you can import existing contacts, you can add new groups via campaigns, and all of this is contained in our contact module, which will house information such as names, company name, email addresses, verification of opt-in, both for email and SMS, as well as custom fields, which you can create in the module itself. The third area is multi-channel distribution. As I said earlier, once you've developed your campaigns and you segmented your audiences, now it's time to distribute them. And we go to our distribution module where you can distribute via SMS, email, social post, and QR code. And the fourth area are analytics and reporting. And we're hopefully, if you scan the QR code later in the demonstration, you'll actually be able to experience and see the power of immediate response to campaigns in our analytic module. Okay, so I've talked for a few minutes here on the benefits, but I think that really seeing is believing. So let's go into a demo. When you're in our platform, this is the home page. And what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to create a super comprehensive campaign. I'm going to just show you the power of by creating a straightforward SMS mobile landing page campaign. I would do that by going to create a mobile campaign. Where it brings me to the SMS editor. And earlier I said that how easy it was just to utilize the various widgets for drag and drop. So let's do it. I'll click on an image, populates in the image. I'll go to a file. Go to my desktop. And voila, the image is populated into the campaign. Well, you know, this image, I want to fit it, make it a little wider. I think I just hit a, I just need to go back here. My fault, sorry. Hit the wrong button here, guys, sorry. A little slow today. Okay. Sorry, let's do this again. Bam. I'll choose it from a gallery. Okay, there we go. Back to start. Okay. So once you have your images, I won't resize it at this point. Let's bring in some text. Fantastic. Fridays. Or back. And then I want to center it. Two, four, one, appetizer. Specials. See coupon below. Okay, I want to center that. Centered it. I think I want to bold it. Let's go with a font size of 20. And now your text is inserted into the campaign itself. Got a little space in between our campaign. You know what? I think I'm going to add a little bit of a background color here, just to jazz it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, the text didn't really render properly in the right color, so I think I'll go back and change that. And now we have Fantastic Fridays are back, 2-for-1 appetizer specials. Obviously, this is a restaurant campaign. And then perhaps you may have a video, YouTube video, that you'd like to include, maybe showing the interior of the restaurant or special events. So what I will do here is pull in a video. And now your video is in the campaign. Finally, let me add a few coupons. Just to entice the special offer, because we said we were going to work, I'll put another spacer in between there. I'm going to pick my coupons from a file. So now I have my coupons. You can change. You can actually set the dates, when the coupon would start and when it would end. I'm going to pick same date for all coupons. I'm going to name my coupons coupon 1, so I know which ones are redeemed and which ones aren't from an analytic perspective. I'm going to set my start date. Let's start it today. And let's run for the month of January and February. See, it's even Bob-proof. And I'm going to, there we go. Now, that redeem button is green. I think I want to change that. So I think what we'll do first is go into, excuse me, I'm sorry. Water. I changed the redeem button to green. Let's save changes. And perhaps you want someone to join a loyalty club. So you can add signups that can be put into new groups, into the contact section. We'll call this new loyalty, and we would want their first name. We'll make that mandatory, and we want their email. Make that mandatory. And as you can see, you can add a number of fields that you want. Now, the background's not showing properly, so what I'll do here is I'll go back to settings, and I'll go to the font color. And there we have it. And again, I can change the button color here, widget background color real quickly. Oh, that's the widget color, sorry. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to save my changes here. Now I'm going to call this Vendasta webinar campaign. Actually, let's call it restaurant. Restaurant 5 campaign. Then I'm going to go back to my campaigns. And now you can see that the campaign you just created is now populated in your library. So as I mentioned earlier, I'd like everyone to get out their phone for a second here and open up your camera and scan the Restaurant 5 campaign to your phone. And then click on the bit.ly. I'm going to give you a second to do that. I'm going to do it as well. Now, you can hopefully you've been delivered the campaign, and you can see a watermark there. So I need to go in. That's just the protection. So I'm going to start today, and I'm going to never end. So now the watermark is removed, and you may want to go scan that again. Okay, so scan restaurant campaign 5, rest 5 campaign, excuse me. And then scroll down and click on a few of the coupons to redeem them. Just hit redeem coupon. You can pick any one you want. You'll notice in the campaign that you should have received the 4 coupons I brought in. You can add 1 coupon, 2 coupons. You can set certain dates for them to, as I mentioned, to start and to expire. And so now, go to analytics. I'm going to pick my Restaurant 5 campaign. Go to widget. Oh, I can see some of you clicked on the coupons. So as you can see, as soon as you distribute the campaign and a consumer decides to click on the coupon, not only do they receive a rich content campaign, but now you're getting analytics all the way down to a specific widget that was delivered to them. So now let's go back to my contact. Oh, actually, let's go back to distribution. I'm sorry. Ah, come on. Widget. Did anyone click on the video? Let's see. It looks like someone did click on the video. Total times played 1. So we can actually collect that sort of data as well. So guys, I mean, what we really have here is, as I mentioned, a platform that allows you to create campaigns, rich content campaigns, segment audiences for distribution via multi-channel, SMS, email, QR, as you just experienced, and then the ability to have analytics and do a deep dive. One of the things we didn't cover and really are going to be beyond the scope of this particular demonstration, but I'll touch on it just briefly, is our email editor, which is allows you to, just as our SMS editor did, drag and drop various widgets into an area in order to create your email campaign. So let's go back to and check analytics again real quickly. Come on. Platform's slow today. I think it's probably because of the Zoom connection. All right, there we go. Let's go to widget again. See how we're doing on the okay, there we go. Okay. And then obviously one of the things I didn't mention is that the data for distribution, for clicks, et cetera, is all you can export all of that information, thus enhancing your analytic capability and the insight into what's resonating with consumers. So let's go back to the presentation here. And I'll do two things. One, I'll offer you another opportunity if you'd like a more detailed, in-depth, personalized demo to scan the QR code to the right, just like you did before, and fill out the submission form. And I'll be happy to provide one-on-one demonstrations on the platform or to set up a call to discuss our capabilities in more detail. And I would also like to offer everyone a February special. For all February subscribers to either our bronze, silver, or gold subscriptions, you will receive 50% off your first month subscription. So with that, I'd like to open it up for questions. Hopefully there have been some questions coming through, Amy, and I'll be happy to do my best to answer them. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bob. And you are correct. We've had a few questions come through as primarily you were doing your live demo. So Jaslyn, I apologize if I said your name wrong, asks, how does the campaign that you were building show up as a text message? What does it look like on mobile, on a phone?
Great question. So if I can quickly go back to our in our distribution section, which it was really beyond the scope again of this particular demonstration. This is where you would actually create and distribute your SMS message. So you'd pick your group, you'd put in you'd actually utilize your short code for sending, you'd pick your campaign, you'd select your campaign, and then you would put, like say for example, PEO alerts, and this, Jasmine, would be your message that you're sending to via SMS. So this is where you would create your own customized message. If you'd like to personalize it, you can put in first name, excuse me. So it would be Bob, for example, if it was in your CRM file, check out our February specials. Boom. Click link below to receive special coupons. Right, wants me to capitalize that. In any event, right? And then you'll set your distribution date. You can even send a test MSS, and you distribute your campaign, and you can preview it beforehand. Then the recipient would receive a normal text message here and a bit.ly link, or if you had included an image in the edit, which we have capabilities in our editor to do that, they would receive the text message with a click-through to the specific campaign that would be delivered to their phone. I hope I answered your question.
I think that does, Bob. There's a few more that I think we can go through.
Okay.
So let me just look here. Sergio asks, is there a short code for texting?
Yes, in fact, I just demonstrated that in the send, the distribution send.
Perfect.
In the sender section. Once you sign up for the platform, you will be provided a shared short code, which you utilize to send the SMS messages. All you have to do is highlight it, and it automatically is associated with your campaigns and your subscription.
Awesome. Matthew asks, instead of QR, can he use signage with keyword plus the short code to get to the landing page?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, you could have a text to, and you set up a keyword, text, specials or restaurant, or, well, actually you'd want it shorter than that, but you would certainly, you can utilize text to join. And one other thing you can do as well is, if you would like, you have QR, you have text to join, you can post a URL or the campaign to your social posts. So there are a lot of different ways to distribute it, and also to build your opt-in list.
Gotcha. And a follow-up question to that one, I think it's relevant. Is it possible to collect phone and email before delivering the coupon?
Yes. So yes. Well, in fact, for an SMS campaign, you could utilize a QR code at a point of sale. So scan here to join our loyalty program or our membership club. And then a sign-up form or an opt-in form would be delivered right to the phone right there. You could also have a point of sale display that we just talked about, text to join, which would be your methodology of generating and building your SMS opt-in list. And then finally, if you have collected maybe via a social Wi-Fi connection email contact, you can send an email newsletter or a mobile email campaign, which has a text to join our mobile program, which would then not only put your user in the email opt-in list, but also into the SMS opt-in list. So yes, there's a lot of work that can be done in order to build your opt-in list prior to distribution. And specifically with SMS, you must have a valid opt-in, and by valid, I mean timestamped and verified to the mobile number opt-in verification before you're allowed to distribute SMSs per TCPA guidelines. That's not our rule, it's TCPA.
Gotcha. Thank you, Bob. Stacy asks, and I can help answer this as well. As a managed service, is this an application where we can manage multiple client campaigns for the same monthly subscription, or is it one subscription per client?
Yes. So you are going to want to use one subscription per client, and one of the major reasons for that is data integrity, because you're not going to want separate clients to be able to either access, or you don't want their different databases. So as I showed earlier in my contact list, you're going to have a contact module for each specific client, and you don't want one particular client's contacts bleeding over into another contact, another client's context. So the answer is 1 subscription per client.
And Sergio also had another question. I believe it was around the time you were building the campaign, Bob. He says, can you add a birthday date?
Actually, great question. So in the sign-up form when I was building the sign-up form, it said add field. And yes, you can actually go into the editor and add what we call an external info field, which allows you to customize that field. So when you get the sign-up form, you could put, it would be birthday, and then that birth date would actually populate, again, that contact list, that CRM file that we have within our module. So that's actually a great question and an example of ways to expand your insight and your capabilities within the module itself, all staying within platform. If you have their mobile number, maybe you even have their email address as well, and they're receiving campaigns, well, now let's get some additional information. So offer them a way to maybe, I don't know, a coupon if they fill out their additional information, such as birth date. You may want gender. You may want, I don't know, age group, any type of, or favorite color, I mean, hobbies. You can put all different types of customized requests in a sign-up form or even a survey form, and that information would populate back into the CRM.
Got it. Thank you, Bob. I just want to point out a few of you have raised your hands, and that's to allow you to speak. So if you have any questions, please do type them in to the webinar chat or the Q&A box. That would be the best way for us to interact with you. So Andre, Stephen, Anita, I see you have raised hands. Just ask the questions and type them out, please. I'm getting a few questions as well. We always do, about people who had to either leave early or they arrived late. All of our sessions, including this great one that Bob just did for us, are recorded and they will be posted to our resource center. You will all be emailed the presentation slides and the audio visual recording. So you'll definitely have access to that. Stephen, I see you typed in surveys. Tell us about surveys. Could you do that, Bob?
Sure. There are a couple different ways of actually, let me go into campaigns, of sending surveys. And one way is with a survey widget where you could customize your own survey. They're just right within the body of the SMS itself, or these would be for more general, basic types of surveys. And another survey would be in templates, where our platform allows you to create a web template. And you can create your own web template with surveys, with questions and information, which then you can include in the campaign itself, and they can access the survey, fill it out, and submit it. And by the way, the data, you receive all the data from the surveys, so then now you utilize that survey to what the intended use of that was for.
Okay, wonderful. I've also had a few people asking about wanting to get additional training or have some more specific questions for Bob one-on-one. And so either Bob or I will be in contact with all of you who've asked for more that we weren't able to get to right now, or for those who want one-on-one. Now, Bob, one last thing. We didn't go through it in the presentation, but do you mind quickly just going over your 3 products that are available in Marketplace and the pricing for each of them?
Sure. So, well, first, just one quick question. If anyone, I'm going to put this slide back up, that if you'd like to contact me directly, again, you can email me at this number, or here's my mobile number, and then, or you can scan that QR. So that's one more way if you'd like that personalized demo. Okay. So, and then you had asked about so we have 3 subscription pricing levels. We're 3 subscriptions. We have a bronze, we have a silver, and we have a gold. And in the bronze, it's what we would consider kind of our entry subscription for those just getting started in the mobile messaging front. And it's $199 a month. You can actually buy additional keywords. I believe you get 500 SMSs included with that, and I believe it's 8,000 emails. I don't have all the that pulled up right now. But then in silver, I believe it's $389, and then our gold subscription is $2,275, I believe. And in the silver and in the gold, you get increased groups of messaging. So, and I should pull that up. Whoop,
I just took control of the screen.
Okay.
So I am showing all of you. Bob, can you see Mountain Media, the top right-hand corner?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
So this is Marketplace. Hopefully this looks familiar to all of you. We're in Partner Center. We've gone to Marketplace, Discover Products, and I've just typed in Target to bring up the 3 Target Everyone solutions. So first is Bronze. I'm in a market that is in Canadian dollars, so that's $279. Like Bob said, that's $199 US. Silver is $545 Canadian. Like Bob said, that's closer to around $400 US. And then the gold is just under $3,000 for USD. So this pricing, it's Canadian now because I'm in a partner here that's Canadian, but when you log in, you'll see it in your correct pricing. So when you click into each of these, let's go into Bronze. Right here, this bolded sort of sentence very succinctly describes what is included in each one. It's also right here in the tagline. So Bronze includes 500 SMS and 8,000 emails. Does that sound right, Bob?
Okay. Yep, that's I think of what I just, yep, exactly.
Silver includes 4,000 SMS and 40,000 emails, so significantly more, which is why you see the pricing go up there. And finally, for the gold, 35,000 SMS and 300,000 emails. Now for each of the products, if you do scroll down, you can see that there are add-ons available. So you could get more keywords, more emails, more text messages, depending on what you need if you want to edit the packages slightly or sort of add on to them. So I hope that answers the pricing question. Did I get all that right, Bob?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So Jaslyn, you said you were would like to get the pricing again. If you look on my screen right now, it's all written in. You can also see this in Partner Center. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Bob, I think we're coming to a close. All of you on the line, if you had any questions that we weren't able to get to or you want personal one-on-one training, Bob or myself will reach out to you directly. And like I said, this webinar is recorded and the recording will be shared with all of you. Bob, thank you so much for being with us and going through your product.
Thank you, Amy. And again, thank you everyone for your time and interest today. And I hope to get the chance to speak with you in the near future.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Bob. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully see you next week.
Take care.